How do you create a fully functional funnel using ClickFunnels so you can finally build your email list and expand your business? My name is Jelena Ostrovska from JelenaOstrovska.com, and in this video I'm going to give you a walkthrough tutorial of ClickFunnels, of every single step that you need to take in order to build your very first funnel. So if you're someone who is like, I'm not techie, I don't know what I'm doing, ClickFunnels is super easy, so it's not something that you're going to be having to, like worry about when it comes to technology. It is very user-friendly, so I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your funnel. But before we dive into that, there's a couple of things that you need to understand before even building your funnel, okay? So number one, if you already have a business, I really hope that you already know what is your customer avatar. Okay, so you have to understand, who is your audience that you're trying to attract, because if you don't know the very basics of that, then no funnel is really going to make a huge difference in your business. Okay, so it always comes down to really identifying who is your customer avatar, where does that person live, where do they hang out, what kind of magazines do they read, what kind of products are they buying, are they buying something similar to what you already have? So you have to narrow that down first. And I'll link down below some of Russell Brunson's books that you can get. One of them is this one, The Dot-Com Secrets. I already actually have made a review about it a couple months ago, so you can check that out, where he really dives really deep as far as how to identify your avatar, where do they hang out, how to narrow it down, how to make it more specific, so you can tailor your offers to that audience, all right? So number two is, what is your lead magnet? Okay, so what is going to be your offer? Like, what is the bait? Like, how can you attract the fish with, aka your customer avatar, with some sort of bait, which is going to be either a PDF, either that's going to be, a short video, or it's going to be like an MP3 audio or whatever else. So figure out what is going to be your offer that's going to pre-frame your main offer. All right, or your product or service or opportunity. So, and then the fun part begins, is where we start mapping out the whole funnel and how it's going to be set up. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Right, so as you can see right now, we are over inside of my ClickFunnels account. So that is, the whole back office. So what you want to do, so I'm in this area, like if you click over ClickFunnels and then you head on over to funnels, that is exactly what you're going to see. So I have a couple of things going on here right now. So what you want to do is you want to add the new funnel. And before we even dive into this, you may be wondering, well, how do I get ClickFunnels? I don't have it. So I will link below. I'm going to leave a link where you can get your free 14-day trial. So you can test drive the software and then see if you like it, and if you want to keep using it, then by all means, keep using it. It's going to be $97 a month every 30 days, as you can see. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So what you want to do is you're going to have to add a new funnel, and then you're going to see a couple of different processes, right? So you're going to see either you can use the cookbook builder process, or you can use a classic funnel builder, okay? So generally, for me, it really depends on the funnel, which one I'm going to go with. For this particular funnel, I'm just going to go with create the new funnel using the classic funnel builder, because a lot of the times, you need to add more pages, or you need to add something that is not really inside of the cookbook. But this one is a pretty solid process to where, you can see which are the steps that you need to have inside of your funnel. But just for the purpose of this video, we're going to go with the classic builder, because that's personally what I'm used to using, okay? So then you're going to have to choose the goal, okay? So what do you want to do? Do you want to sell a product? Do you want to host a webinar? Do you want to collect email? So for the very first funnel, honestly, I always recommend just to build the lead magnet funnel, so you just get the hang of ClickFunnels and you know how to use it, and you see, what's going on, and you can at least start building up your email list, okay? So I'm going to call it a test funnel. Then you can select the group tag. I personally don't use anything right now. And then you just start building it, okay? So, and you're gonna see that ClickFunnels is going to build you an email landing page and then a thank you page. Okay, so the pages are gonna be already preset. Then you just need to customize them, and then, figure out how complex you want the funnel to be. But those are gonna be your funnel steps, okay? So we're gonna wait a couple seconds for it to load, obviously, and I'll show you how to make it more custom, okay? So, the second thing, okay, before we move into that, you're gonna need an autoresponder. Okay, so an email provider that is going to deliver the email, aka your lead magnet. You can use ClickFunnels, but I personally use right now AWEBER, so that's what I recommend. You can use MailChimp, you can use AWEBER, you can use GetResponse. I've been having AWEBER for, I will say, probably about 4 years now, so as of the recording of this video. So never had a single problem with them, and they have really good customer support, which is, what matters to me. So then, that is your next step, okay? So before I personally even start building out any kind of funnel, I always try to have an idea of what I want my funnel to look like, because you are gonna have a million different templates inside of ClickFunnels here. Some of them are super fancy, some of them are very basic, at the bottom usually are, the ones that, you can start building from scratch. I usually try to use something that's going to be like, I've used this one before, I think I've used this one before as well. But, figure out what's going to work for you best. Like, do you have a lot of copy? If not, you may want to go with something like this, right? So you can select this template. So I'm going to go with this one. I've used this multiple times. And, really depends on the complexity of the front page. I usually try to keep it simple, okay? So then you're gonna have to choose the thank you page, okay? So you're gonna have to figure out, how do you want it to look like. Again, I usually try to do something simple unless I have a full-blown funnel with tripwire offers and then the OTOs and then something else. So again, the same process, you just wait for this to be loaded, and then you figure out what kind of template you want to use and what is going to be your goal of the funnel. And honestly, here you can add the new step too, right? So if you have something like, like I don't want it to be just the simple capture page, maybe I want to have like another step, maybe I want to sell something on the thank you page. So that's totally up to you, but that's going to be just more complex, right? So the thank you pages, again, can be like super simple, like this one. You can change the colors and everything, you can customize everything as much as you want. So especially if your goal is just to strictly build an email list and then follow up with that list, this is exactly what you're gonna want to use. And then the whole customization process starts, okay? So let's get into the capture page. So all you do is you go ahead and you edit the page. All right, so now we can see like everything is literally drag and drop, right? So you can delete whatever you don't want it to be here. So let's say like I want to get rid of this, for example, I can delete it. Let's say if I want to, remove this area, I can do that as well. If I would just want to keep everything super short and simple, then you can change everything here. You can change your headline. You can change the image right here. So let's say if you want to change that, you would just, click, hang on. You would just need to click right here, and you can go ahead and change the image over here, so you can upload it into your library, right? So we're not going to do that right now, just for the sake of this tutorial. So, and then this particular page, it has a button which has a pop-up, right? So what you want to do with this particular page is you want to show the pop-up, okay? So how is it going to look like? All right, so we see the name, the email, you can customize everything right here. So, like we can change the text, sign up right now to get instant access to the freebie, for example. Kind of in type. So, and then there we go. Like, make sure that you save every single step, because it is vital. Like, you literally have to be saving everything, every 5 seconds if you are doing this in ClickFunnels or anywhere else, to be honest. So, then you can change like all the settings and everything. So then one thing that is super important, okay, so you want to click on the button, and then you see like that is like the most important thing, because you want to make sure that the whole funnel is going to work. So here there is an action set for this already. So when somebody clicks the button, then there is a pop-up. Okay, so now we have to go into the pop-up and edit the settings of it, because there's another button, because you want to make sure like the flow of your funnel. So let's say if somebody enters their details and then they click here, it says submits the page, right? So this is already done for you, but like if you're going to be doing something in ClickFunnels on your own, then you want to make sure that there is an action, and then you test this to make sure that when somebody enters their details, they're going to be redirected to the thank you page. Okay, so again, like when you set the action, then you need to, this one submits order or submits form, right? So then there's another thing. Okay, so you need to make sure that you integrate your autoresponder. So whether that's going to be MailChimp or that's going to be AWEBER, so you click on the integrations, and then like you are gonna have to choose, like first of all you have to integrate with your ClickFunnels account, your AWeber, or whichever else you're gonna be using. So there are tutorials how to do that when you first sign up. So I'm gonna choose AWeber, and then I just have to choose, integrate existing form. So if you're gonna be using AWeber, what you need to do for every single list that you create inside of AWeber is you go there and you create a new form. Okay, because without that, the integration is just not going to work. I've tested this, it never did, right? So make sure that once you sign up into AWeber, you create a new form inside of AWeber. You don't have to do anything with that form, like at all, but you just need to make sure that it is set up, okay? And then, you integrate, let's say, with this list, and then it says connected, okay? Again, you go ahead and you save, and then we move on. Then you can change the title if you really worry about like SEO and metadata and the things that show up right here, my awesome landing page. Instead of doing that, you can set up something like free lead magnet, or whatever the name of your lead magnet is. Okay, so just if you're really curious, if you're really confused as far as like what's going to be shown here, if you're concerned about it, then definitely change that. I usually do change that. So then, like, once the capture page is set up, all you really have to do is go back to the thank you page and do the exact same process, except it's going to be way more simple because there's really nothing much to change. You can change it to your branding colors, you can change it, remove a couple of buttons, and then test out the funnel and make sure that it is working, make sure that the email gets delivered, make sure that, AWeber is all set up or whatever other autoresponder, make sure that it is being delivered, make sure that the funnel is fully connected, and that's how you build up your very first funnel using ClickFunnels. Alright, I hope you found this tutorial super helpful on how to set up your very first funnel within ClickFunnels for your lead magnet so you can finally build your email list, increase your business, and increase your sales. So if you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell sign to get notified whenever I publish new videos, which is every single week. Feel free to share this video with anybody who you think this might be helpful with the whole setup. So I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, bye.